I guess that means one more round of search and destroy as they come out of the ice. Shit. '31. Trev's Hockey Show. Here on Trev TV. I'm the Trev. You know that. If you're watching, if you're tuning in. That's too sweet. Anyway. Game just ended. Colorado's out. So your conference finals are set. And of course, given that what it is, and since the conference finals start tomorrow, I gotta do my video now. Because I won't have a chance to do it during the day. Much less edit it, upload it, all that fun stuff. So, I'm going to share my thoughts first on the conference semifinals, what I thought of them, and just my overall soul-chomping thoughts on it. And then I'll get into my predictions. Face it, we're not here for my predictions. I'll go over that later. And yeah, if you're just more interested in what I'm predicting, what I'm picking as my finalists, there's a timestamp right about here. Well, not a timestamp, but a time you can fast forward to. That's the best time for you to go where it's just my predictions. And I mean, if you're wanting my predictions, I'm not going to win you any money. I can guarantee you that. These playoffs are screwing with my predictions. At least the prediction accuracy, I guess is the best way to put it. But having said all that, here's my thoughts on the conference semifinals. Starting off in the East, Boston, Columbus. That was an entertaining series. I have to say that for the most part. I mean, I think it's a given we've seen the last of Matt Duchene in a Columbus jersey. So thank you, Duchene, for scoring the double overtime game winner on April 27th. You made the wife very happy. For anybody who doesn't know, Melissa's a huge Matt Duchene fan. If you didn't see the video on it, check out the video I made on Melissa's Matt Duchene / Nathan MacKinnon collection. It's basically a Matt Duchene collection at that point. But yeah, thanks to Duchene and to Boston for losing on April 27th. Made the wife very happy. And you know what they say, happy wife, happy life, right? So that was pretty noteworthy, if you want to call it that. Honestly, it was a great one for Columbus. I mean, I honestly thought they were going to go all the way. I was this short of going all in on them. Thankfully, I didn't. I mean, I gut feeling of mine was just like, yeah, no, they're riding the pony, but it's not going to last. And I mean, Tuukka Rask stole that series. I don't care what anybody says. He stole it. Like, oh, there's so many times Boston could have lost if it wasn't for Tuukka Rask. Like, the guy stands on his head when he's ready. But, I mean, as far as Columbus goes with Panarin, Bobrovsky, Dzingel, if you want to put Dzingel in there, Kincaid, and Duchene, but I mean, Duchene's already said he's going to test free agency, see what comes up. I mean, I have a funny hunch he's going to go to Nashville, but that's just me. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a GM. I don't know what goes on in the minds of players and their agents, but if that was the last good run for Columbus for quite some time, I mean, you don't have to look very far. You just have to look at what they got on the roster right now and what they have stacked in the closet for years to come. Columbus is going to be fine going forward, I think. Boston, their first conference final since 2013 when they ultimately went to the Cup and lost to Chicago. I don't know, is this the scary good Boston that shows up around this time of year when they rake it this far and then they either win the Cup or they don't? I don't know what to think about Boston anymore. I mean, I was ready to write them off, but at the same time, they proved me wrong, like they always do. So, either way, it's good to see them making it past the second round for a change. Going on to the Islanders in Carolina. Was that the same Islanders team that beat the Penguins in 4 straight? Honestly, I would have never known. Like, it's not often when a team sweeps a series only gets swept in the next series. I think that hasn't happened since 92-93. They're making a big deal about it on Sportsnet the other night. When it was the Sabres that swept the series and then got swept. But, yeah, what happened there? I mean, I thought the Islanders were going to make at least a bit of a run in the playoffs. Not, oh, we're going to beat these guys in 4 straight, but we're going to lose these guys in 4 straight. The math don't add up when the way you look at it. I mean, the Islanders are pretty much not in the same kind of spot as Columbus, but they're in a spot where they're going to have some free agent problems to worry about. I mean, it is the Islanders. I mean, who knows what they'll do, but at the same time, it's like, I'm sure it won't be too hard to get somebody to come in, even if they lose a guy like Eberle or a guy like Bailey. Sky's the limit. I mean, if this is the start of a good Islanders return to glory series, I honestly look forward to seeing it, especially since they got a new arena in the works. I mean, we thought Nassau was a packed house. Got to see what this one's going to be like when it's ready, of course, obviously. I don't know how Don Cherry would actually feel if Columbus went on a cup run. I'm not saying they're going to win the cup. That's not me saying it at all. I can't pick a cup winner just yet. Be lucky if I even think about it before the cup final even gets here. I might just wait it out and see. But Carolina's really coming on strong here. This is almost like watching the 06 Hurricanes again. And what did it for me, what made Carolina believable in 06 was Game 7 of the Cup Final. When they illuminated the cup on home ice and underneath it said Destiny, it's like, yeah, no, Carolina will win the cup. If that happens again, Carolina might win another cup, but I mean, do you jinx it now? Or do you just wait till you get there? But at the same time, how's Mrazek doing? I could tell you, Detroit should have kept him for this reason alone, and I knew it was going to happen when they traded him to Philadelphia. It's like he's going to go somewhere else, and he's going to just excel. I mean, he's doing that right now. Congratulations, Oilers. You got Ken Holland now. He's your problem. Moving on to the West. I hope that's not the last I see of Varlamov in an NHL jersey. I mean, he might go to Russia. I don't know. I mean, it depends on, I guess, if there's interest in the NHL for him. But the way I'm looking at it is Grubauer kind of ran him out of town. Again, this is the second time Grubauer's done it. He did it in Washington. When Washington had what I like to call the three-headed monster, which was Holtby, Varlamov, and Grubauer. Grubauer did it again. But either way, onto the series. Despite my personal opinion of Varlamov, I'm not going to lie, there was a couple scary moments in that series. First, when Rantanen took the hip check and just kind of gingerly walked down the tunnel. And then when McKinnon fell awkward and went down the tunnel, but they came back. And that was awesome. Honestly, this was like a very back and forth series. Nobody in that series won it twice in a row. Won 2 games in a row. That's what I'm trying to say. And when it got exciting, it got exciting really quick. But for me, I mean, I was going on the belief of happy wife, happy life. If Colorado wins, Melissa's going to be very happy. But they didn't. But this is obviously the farthest she's ever seen them go. She's only been an Avs fan for 5 years, 6 years. And this is the furthest. I mean, first time she saw them play playoff hockey, they lost to Minnesota in 7. And that was a couple years ago. Actually, more like 5 years ago. Who's counting? But, I don't know. This is ultimately San Jose's to lose. Because, I mean, they've been the heavy favorites in the West ever since Calgary went out. So, hard to say what's going to happen with them in series number 3, given the fact that they've already played 2 straight 7-game series. They must be tired. They must be sore. Pavelski just came back tonight after getting injured in the first round. So, is he the kind of guy that's like, hey, we can win it now, and the team revolves around him just based off of he had to miss as much time as he did? I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if you saw them in the Cup final. As for St. Louis and Dallas, hands down, one of the sloppiest series I've ever seen. And the fact that it actually went 7 is what amazes me the most. Dallas couldn't shoot for the life of them, and St. Louis almost gave up the series twice in Game 7 that I counted. If it wasn't for a hometown boy named Patrick Maroon, who the Oilers should have kept. Not that I'm, telling a new certain GM how to do a job, but I mean, think about it. Maroon only signed a 1-year deal, and that was to play at home. I mean, if you really wanted him back, you could talk to him, ultimately, I'm sure. And if St. Louis actually makes the Cup and wins, you're giving the Conn Smythe to Binnington. That's a given. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Honestly, though, Game 7 had by far been the worst. Dallas was playing bad all series. St. Louis was almost playing as bad. And I don't know if it was a case of Dallas was dragging them down, or they were just getting tired, or they were just making too many mistakes when they shouldn't be. I don't know, but the reliance on Ben Bishop on Dallas's end was sickening. And I mean, Bishop was doing his part. I mean, he was diving a couple times. He was, making himself look really banged up. But at the same time, where the hell was his defense? Especially in Game 7 when the second period was shots of 18-1 for St. Louis. 18-1. That's disgusting. Hopefully, in the offseason, the Stars learn to get some defense. Or guys who can play defense. Or guys who can block shots. Or guys who can shoot. Something has to change in Dallas, and it has to change quick. Conference Finals. Yeah, we're here. We're here. I haven't even made my picks yet. So I'm doing this right now. Like I said, the game just ended. They're still talking. They're at a commercial right now. But here's my picks. Starting with the Eastern Conference. Boston versus Carolina. Boston has home ice, but home ice don't mean shit. Sorry, I swore. I know $1 in a swear jar. I don't know how much I owe to the swear jar at this point, but I'm getting off topic. Boston in 5. And the reason I say that is because you got guys like Tuukka Rask standing on his head when he wants to. The uncertainty of Mrazek. How far can the storm surge go? Brad Marchand is buying into something. He's just not being his pesty self. He's playing for the team now. And Boston in 5. I mean, guaranteed Marchand will do something that'll aggravate somebody. He always does. That's just him. But Boston in 5. As for the Western Conference Finals, you got San Jose versus St. Louis. Either one of these guys could win it. And that's the scariest thing. Either one of them can. I don't know where to go on this, so I'm going to say San Jose in 7. Yeah, they're going to play another 7-game series. And they'll be tired as fuck if they do. But because my predictions are as shaky as they are, and I really can't pick a solid one or the other based on this series alone, I have to say San Jose in 7. And it's not because I'm just wearing the jersey. It has nothing to do with that. Mostly because I don't have a Boston or a Carolina one yet, but stay tuned. But yeah, I'm calling Boston San Jose for the Cup. Let's talk about my what do you want to call it? Lack of predictions? My shitty as fuck predictions? So like I said, my insert your crappy title for your predictions thought. I only called one series accurate in the conference semifinals, and that was St. Louis beating Dallas. I didn't get any of those right. So overall, I went 1 for 4 in the conference semifinals. Overall, I'm 3 for 12. You know what they say? When you're right 25% of the time, you gotta be wrong 75% of the time. But it's like I said in the first video. parity is running this playoffs. It is. It is. And based on what I've already picked, I guarantee you it'll be another parity cup final. It has to now that I've just said it. But that's my prediction review, if you want to call it that. Oh, my predictions suck this year. So that was episode 31. Trev's Hockey Show here on Trev TV. I want to thank you for tuning in. Your viewership always means so much to me. It always has, always will. Feel free to find me on Facebook at Trev's TV. Feel free to find me on Instagram at rockstartrev TV. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, hey, there's a subscribe button right there. Check it out. I won't disappoint. I got, what do I got? At least one video, maybe two. I should do two. One's going to be the introduction, one's going to be the first review. That ultimately means my poll, if you follow me on Facebook or on Instagram, I'm ready to review a TV show. And I put up a poll of 4 choices. Ultimately, whatever one gets the most votes, whatever one people want to see the most, gets started first. I will do them all, but that one starts it all off. I got an awards prediction video to make because the last batch of award nominees should be coming out relatively quickly, and that's for the GM of the Year award. Everybody else has done their predictions. I haven't. I'm waiting for the GM of the Year before I make my predictions. So yeah, I got at least 4 videos to do this month. Maybe 5. Probably 5. Anyway, in the meantime, in between time, be on the lookout for more videos from Trev. Later.